What is up, guys? It's Tom here, and I'm so incredibly excited to report to you guys that Liverpool have agreed a £66.8 million transfer fee with AS Roma for their goalkeeper and Brazil's #1 Alisson Becker. What do you think about this news? Paul Joyce just tweeted this. Official. It's now official. This doesn't mean that he's officially a Liverpool player just yet. We still have to agree personal terms with the player, but believe me, Liverpool would only go in for Alisson if we knew that he is definitely interested in signing for Liverpool, because you just don't blindly break the goalkeeper transfer record and offer 66 million to AS Roma unless you are convinced that Alisson wants to come to Liverpool. So Liverpool's first bid of 62 million, which included 53 million up front plus 9 million add-ons, this was rejected on Tuesday as I reported it. But now James Pearce of the Liverpool Echo, Paul Joyce of the Times, and Melissa Reddy, who is currently working for Joe.co.uk, they are all reporting at the same time that Liverpool have agreed a world record 66.8 million transfer fee for Alisson. And I think this is a similar transfer to Van Dijk, that you just have to pay the market value for a player who would solve your long-term problem, your long-term issue in the Liverpool team, and that is the goalkeeping situation. And Karius making that howler against Tranmere's Rovers turned out to be a blessing in disguise, turned out to be one of the best things that could happen at the football club, because it made Jurgen Klopp realize, if he wasn't sure before, that Liverpool need a new goalkeeper, and reacted very, very fast. And I think this is crucial because Chelsea are also looking to buy Alisson, because Courtois, it looks like, is on his way to Real Madrid. Italian newspapers and Spanish newspapers are claiming that Real Madrid bid for Courtois, and Chelsea accepted like a £35 million offer for Courtois. And if Courtois goes to Real Madrid, Chelsea will be desperately to get a new goalkeeper. So they could offer the same amount of money to AS Roma, 66 million, or they could outbid Liverpool. But the thing is, right now, Liverpool acted first, and that means that Liverpool are first to talk to the player himself. There are also reports already in the media that Alisson has a medical scheduled at Liverpool, and I'm just so incredibly excited about this news. What do you think about this news? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you are excited about this transfer news, and also subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you don't want to miss a future upload. So Liverpool Sporting Director Michael Edwards has moved quickly to meet the valuation posed by AS Roma on Alisson Becker, which was a 75 million euros, which translates to 66.8 million pounds. If you were wondering why that figure is not a round number, it's because it is translated from 75 million euros to 66 million pounds. It remains to be seen whether Chelsea will respond with a similar offer. I think they have to, and their fans are actually getting desperate on Twitter, and I'm just loving this at the moment. Fabrizio Romano, an Italian journalist, is also saying that Liverpool are so confident to sign Alisson that they are preparing medicals for him. The player also had a call with Jurgen Klopp some days ago, and he would be happy to join Liverpool. At the moment, Chelsea have not made a new bid for Alisson. Chelsea made a bid earlier, but that was also rejected by AS Roma because it was nowhere near the 75 million euro valuation that they had on Alisson. So this just confirms that Alisson really wants to go to Liverpool. I just really hope that Alisson will choose Liverpool. In all honesty, if you have to choose between Chelsea and Liverpool, as a neutral, and I think Alisson is a neutral at the moment, he doesn't have any affiliation with either club, you choose Liverpool, because Chelsea, it looks like they are on a downward trajectory. After winning the title, they finished in 5th place, and yes, they won the FA Cup, but some of their big players want out. Eden Hazard, Willian, Courtois, they are all linked with moves elsewhere. Eden Hazard is linked with Real Madrid, Willian is linked with Barcelona, for example, and also Courtois is linked with Real Madrid as well. And also Chelsea will be playing in the Europa League, and there is no guarantee that Chelsea will finish in the top 4 next season. On the other hand, Alisson, if he chooses Liverpool, that's guaranteed Champions League football, and also quite a likely chance that Liverpool can challenge for the Premier League title. We already signed Naby Keita, Fabinho, Shaqiri, and if we sign Alisson and maybe even Naby Fekir, this could be the best transfer window that Liverpool have ever done in their history, in my opinion, because this would plug almost all of the gaps in the Liverpool team, and it would be a 9 out of 10 transfer window. How Liverpool could make it a 10 out of 10 is if we signed a brand new centre-back, but that maybe is just pushing it a little bit. As it stands, Liverpool are no longer afraid to spend the money that they have, and we are spending the Coutinho transfer funds right now with Alisson, and we are also looking to still bring in Naby Fekir or somebody else. Alisson would be the best and the most exciting goalkeeper signing since we signed Pepe Reina, and to be fair, since we lost Pepe Reina to Napoli, Liverpool had a problem with our goalkeepers, and we didn't have a goalkeeper as good as Alisson. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, if you want to see a detailed tactical analysis and a detailed statistical analysis of what Alisson would bring to Liverpool, make sure to watch the second part of yesterday's video. But Alisson not only would be a world-class goalkeeper with great reflexes, he would have world-class distribution. Apart from Ederson, no other goalkeeper has as good distribution as Alisson in terms of his short passes, in terms of the amount of passes that he makes, and in terms of his long passes and how accurate they are. He is actually better than all the Premier League goalkeepers if you only take a look at the long pass accuracy. And if you compare his pass accuracy to other Premier League goalkeepers, he only comes a second behind Ederson. So he is better than De Gea, Hugo Lloris and Courtois if you take a look at his pass accuracy. And I think if you want to play for a club like Liverpool who has a lot of possession, you need to have great pass accuracy. You need to have the best distribution possible. And Karius was better than Mignolet in terms of his distribution, but Karius just has too many mistakes in him. And I said this for years, guys, that if Liverpool are serious about challenging for the Premier League title, if Liverpool are serious about winning the Champions League, we need a world-class goalkeeper. Who knows what would have happened in the Champions League final that we lost if we had somebody like Alisson in goal, because those two mistakes which Real Madrid scored their 2 goals from, and yes, they scored a third one, which was an amazing bicycle kick by Gareth Bale, but that didn't win the Real Madrid the game. The Real Madrid won the game because Karius made 2 absolute howlers, and if you take away those 2 goals, it would have been an even game between Liverpool and Real Madrid, and Liverpool could have won the Champions League even with Salah going off injured if we had a better goalkeeper. But not just that Champions League game, we usually lost 10 to 15 points because of Mignolet's unforced errors, and Karius, even though he went 32 games without making an error directly leading to a goal, his confidence looks like it's absolutely shattered, it's gone, and Jurgen Klopp, I think, realized that we need a world-class goalkeeper, a world-class shot stopper with great distribution but also great reflexes. And Alisson, my only worry is that he hasn't played many years at the top of European football. He only has 1 full season in the Serie A where he burst onto the scene instead of Szczesny, who Roma sold to Juventus. But also he had a good World Cup. He has a pretty good World Cup, and he has potential to become one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And I think he's the best goalkeeper available right now in the transfer market, and we cannot wait another year to sign a new goalkeeper, honestly, because if we are stuck with Karius and Danny Ward, and Mignolet is looking likely to be sold because he wants to play more minutes, then we would be really screwed for the new season, because all the other top teams have much better goalkeepers than Liverpool. And imagine if Courtois goes to Real Madrid and we don't go in for Alisson, and it's still not 100% that he will join Liverpool. Let me stress this, because he still has to agree personal terms with Liverpool. But if Karius, stays at Liverpool, and we are stuck with him and Danny Ward as our second choice, and for example, Chelsea sign Alisson, then we would be really screwed, because next summer, who knows, maybe not even a goalkeeper of Alisson's caliber would be available to be signed by Liverpool. So this is probably one of a generation, one of the best times for Liverpool to sign a new goalkeeper, because Alisson is a quite new up-and-coming goalkeeper. So let's take a look at Alisson in depth. So he was born in 1992, so he's 25 years old. He's a very tall goalkeeper. He's 193 centimeters tall. I think not even Mignolet or Karius are that tall. He's 6 foot 4 inches. He started off his career at Internacional in Brazil, where he's played 4 seasons, well, 3.5 seasons. He played 115 games for Internacional, and he was actually signed by Roma in 2016-17, but he only played 15 games in his first season for AS Roma, and most of those games came in the Cup and in the Champions League, because in the Serie A, Szczesny was Roma's first choice goalkeeper. He didn't even play one Serie A game in his first season. I'm just checking the statistics, but when Roma sold Szczesny to Juventus, Alisson became their first choice goalkeeper, and he had an outstanding season for AS Roma. He made 2.8 saves per goal, so that means that only every fourth shot went in that he faced, that was on target when he was a goalkeeper at AS Roma. And he actually had 49 games in Roma last season. He already has 31 appearances in the Brazil international national teams. That means that he is quite experienced goalkeeper internationally, but of course he's not tested in the Premier League, so he might need a few games, a few days, maybe a few weeks to get used to the Premier League. But he's actually a winner, because he won the Campeonato Gaúcho, which is the league in Brazil. He won the league title 4 years in a row. He won it in 2013, 14, 15 and 16, which is really impressive. And also he won the Toulon tournament for the Brazil under-23 national team, and that is a very prestigious tournament where youth teams take part of all the really big seasons. And also in the Champions League he was pretty outstanding. You might say that he conceded 7 goals in 2 games for AS Roma against Liverpool in the semi-finals. But I actually watched the games very closely, because I was, I was monitoring Alisson, but also it was the Champions League semi-final, so I watched the games very closely. And none of the goals were Alisson's fault, to be honest. I couldn't really fault him for any of the goals. I'm not saying that he's as good a goalkeeper as De Gea or Courtois or even Hugo Lloris at this point, but he is much better than Karius. And I really hope that we don't sell Karius right now, because not just because he deserves maybe to rebuild his career, but also because if you sell Karius right now, who would pay any decent money for a goalkeeper who made those 2 mistakes in the Champions League final? What I think we should do is actually make Danny Ward the number 2 goalkeeper, sell Mignolet, and loan out Karius to a league, maybe in the Bundesliga or to a different Premier League club where he can rebuild his career. And let's see how Karius does at a different club. And if he does well, let's bring him back and make him the number 2 goalkeeper and make him to challenge Alisson next season. But if he does not so well, or if Jurgen Klopp doesn't see any future with him, then we can sell Karius next summer for his decent price, for his actual transfer value. Because if we decide to sell Karius right now, I think his transfer value is at rock bottom, and I think we wouldn't get a decent amount of money for him. I really hope that we can agree personal terms on the contract, but I'm 100% sure that Liverpool's representatives have already talked with Alisson's representatives, maybe his agent or his entourage, because otherwise we wouldn't have bid £66.8 million for Alisson. There is no way that Liverpool would bid that amount of money for a goalkeeper who would not be 100% interested in transferring to Liverpool. And if Chelsea are hesitating, they could lose out on a really good goalkeeper. And if Courtois leaves Chelsea and goes to Real Madrid, Chelsea are, they will be in big trouble next season, because they won't be able to sign a goalkeeper who is as world class as Courtois, because all the other big goalkeepers are not on the market. Maybe Alisson or Keylor Navas of Real Madrid, but they are not on the level of Courtois, in my opinion. Maybe Keylor Navas would be a good signing for Chelsea, but I'm not sure. But I'm really hoping that Liverpool can agree personal terms and everything can be finalized and done, and hopefully Alisson will be unveiled very soon. But let me know what they think about this transfer news in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later, guys. Goodbye.